welcome back to a new video. Today I'm gonna do just a different kind of video. I wanted to share with you the things that I've learned about my taste and my makeup collection just because of project pans. I feel like you can learn a lot of things from project panning, and I've been doing it since the beginning of the year. I have the Pan That Palette Challenge. I have a finished pan by October the 10th. I did 3 or 4 seasonal challenges that I'll link in the description box down below, but honestly each challenge is different, and I've learned different things in general about my makeup collection, what I need to have in my makeup collection, what I need to stop buying, and a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have learned otherwise. So if you're interested in knowing what I've learned about me and my collection in particular, then just keep watching. So I'm gonna start and go through each category. The first one is lipstick, and I've learned that it's really hard for me to finish a lipstick because I do not reapply them. I rather have a lip gloss or a lip balm in my purse. I don't like to have lipsticks because I feel like they just, I don't know, they don't last as long if I keep them with the heat and stuff. They tend to melt depending on the formula, so I do not like to carry them around. Now for that reason I apply them just once, you know, in the day. So for me it's really hard to finish lipstick. Another thing that I have learned, that I don't need to have any more lipsticks with shimmer in them. I mean, I like them for the summertime, but I'd rather use some kind of gloss with shimmer, but not so much shimmer in my lipsticks. I feel like right now I'm depotting a lot of those lipsticks that I don't use and I don't really want to use because I don't love how they look on me. And I mean, you have to see that even though it looks amazing on somebody else, it might not look as amazing on you. So I've learned that with the shimmer kind of thing, it doesn't work that well for me, and I need to stay away from them. If I want to purchase something as far as lipstick, it needs to be something that I don't have in my collection right now, and that it's either matte, a luster, or a sand finish by MAC. It needs to be something along those lines. I can't go more shimmery or anything like that because I tend not to use those kind of lipsticks. So for me, that was my lesson learned. I mean, for me it's really hard to finish a lip product, and once I finish it, then I find different ways to use it, but it shouldn't be that hard. If I'm gonna spend my money on a lipstick, it should work, and I don't have to mix it with 100 different colors or apply it in 100 different ways to make it work for me. That was one of my biggest lessons in this project panning experience. Another one is lip glosses. Lip glosses, for me, it's gonna be totally different from maybe what you like for your lip glosses, but I've learned that I like thicker lip glosses, that I like lip glosses with some kind of taste, like the Tarte ones or the ones from Buxom. I love how the NYX Butter glosses look, but I don't like how they feel, and I feel like they don't stay on my lips for more than half an hour. Now those do really taste good, but not strong enough that I can remember to reapply. Now if I use a thicker formula, maybe a little bit sticky, then I remember, because every time I feel like my lips are changing the consistency or the texture, or if I don't feel the tingling sensation from the Buxom ones or the very sweet vanilla scent from the Tarte ones, then I remember and I reapply. If you look at my Buxom glosses and my Tarte glosses, those are the ones that you can see progress and how I've been finishing them. Now the other thin formulas, like the ones from Almay, the one from NYX, I feel like I use them just because I like the colors, but since I don't have the formula, I don't reapply them as much. So from now on, I'll be a lot more picky about what lip glosses I get. Maybe I need to spend a little bit more or find something in the drugstore that it's, you know, under those things that I like. And if it doesn't go into that category that it makes me want to reapply it, then I probably need to just return the product. Blushes is something else that it was like, I don't know, it was amazing to realize these things that I'm about to share with you. The number one is I rather use cream blushes. For my skin tone, I'm an NC35. Right now I'm probably an NC42 or 40 something. I probably can't tell because it's really late at night and I have a bunch of lights, 1, 2, 3, 4 lights around me. So what I realized, pinks don't look good on me. They don't look good on me. I love how they look on blonde people or maybe people with lighter skin tones, but for me, in particular, they don't work. So I need to stop buying them because I have a huge collection of pink blushes that I'll probably have to give it away to my sister because she is lighter than I am, and I'm sure it looks amazing on her, but just pink doesn't look good on me. I don't like it in how I look. You probably look on me and you're like, oh, it doesn't look bad, but for my taste and what I look into makeup and how I combine my makeup, I don't like it, so I'm gonna stop buying them. Now, the powder formula that I do like are the ones from Benefit. Those I feel like they're not as pigmented, so you can build them up and they look very natural as if they were some kind of cream product. But other than that, I feel like I can't. Some blushes are so pigmented that you have like a straight line here, even if you apply it with just with a light hand, and I don't like that look. I like something that it makes my skin look more glowy and more natural, and like I have that color in my skin where if I apply a pink color, my skin is never pink. If I'm too hot, it will be red, but it will never be pink. It doesn't look natural. It's just something that I don't like. Another thing that I want to keep in mind is I like the stick blushes and I like the ones stained. So the liquid ones, I do like those three. So cream, stick, and liquid blushes are my preferred thing to use. And I'm going to start to look into those categories instead of buying so many powder blushes. And if I buy a powder blush that is too pigmented, I need just to be accountable for it and just return the product or pass it to somebody else. I need to do a makeup decluttering thing because of course I realize that a lot of things that I have in my collection don't work for me right now. Mascaras. I learned that I don't need to try every single mascara that comes out in the market. I did that probably for the past 2 years, and I had 20 mascara open at the same time. I had my makeup inventory. I'll link that in the description box down below. It was ridiculous. I mean, by the time that I started to use them again, they were all dried up and they just didn't work for me. So I don't even know if I like the formula. I have no idea. So I stopped buying mascara. I'm gonna have from now on 3 mascaras open at the time, and I'm just gonna have little stickers so that will remind me when I need to throw them away. I'm gonna work in 3 months, and every 3 months I'll kind of rotate the mascaras and buy new ones or just repurchase the ones that I do like. Right now I have 3, the telescopic one with extension by L'Oreal, the one from Maybelline, the Mega Plush, and the Makeup Forever one. I can't remember, Smoky Extravagant or something like that. Those are the ones that I have open at the moment. Now, bronzer and highlighters, I'm gonna say that I learned the same things about both of these categories because bronzers and highlighters are really hard to finish. I haven't been able to finish an entire highlighter. I did use one eyeshadow, single eyeshadow as a highlighter, and it was really hard to finish. And the bronzer, it took me 9 months to finish. So keeping those things in mind, I need to be accountable for them. So from now on, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna have a board with in Pinterest with my bronzer collection, and every time I feel like I need to buy something new, maybe for review or something like that, I'm gonna compare it to what I already have in my collection and see if I have something like that, or if it's totally different, then I'll add it to my collection, knowing that it's gonna take me about 9 months in how I use the bronzer to finish them up. And honestly, 9 months, and it's been really committed to that bronzer. I mean, I haven't been changing bronzers and stuff like that. It was just it was like almost 5 times a week using the same bronzer, which I just grew tired of because I just didn't want to use the same bronzer every single day. So I realized, you know what, I can't have 9 bronzers because I'm not going to be working throughout 9 years just to finish them. I need to be more accountable for that, and the same thing goes to highlighters. Now, one thing that I'm going to make an exception about these 2 things is if I have a little size, like the black sample size of bronzer or highlighters, those I'm going to be able to try if I want it, if I think that it's different enough, but I'm going to just try not to get full sizes because who am I kidding? I'm not going to finish them, and I have 9 bronzers in my collection and probably about 7 to 8 highlighters right now. Concealers, I know what I like. My Holy Grail concealer, and I have a concealer routine. I'll leave it in the description box down below. It's the MAC Pro Longwear one. If you haven't tried it, you need to try it. I know there's some people that don't like it, but for me it's holy grail. NC35 works for my under eyes. It just doesn't budge. I don't need to set it with powder. I don't like to set my concealers with powders, so for that reason I love this concealer. It dries up into my skin, it covers, it lasts all day, it doesn't move even if I cry. It's just amazing, and I know that works for me, so I need to stop buying, you know, so many. And if I do buy them because I want to review them or see if they're better than the MAC one, what I'm going to be doing, or my rule from now on, it doesn't work, I mean, is it worse than my MAC Pro Longwear, it's going to go back to the store. Is it the same and, you know, it's the same amount of money, it's going to go back to the store. Is it better? Then I'm going to keep it. I think I need to be more accountable for that as well. Even though I love to have 100 different kind of concealers, I don't need 100 different kind of concealers. I need to work with one that actually works for me. Then foundations. I love foundations. I've learned that I can finish them really easily. I finished one from e.l.f. in my, this one finished 10 by October the 10th. I'm going to continue to buy foundations, and that's something that I just accepted, and I'm okay with it. I love foundations. I will continue to buy them. I'll continue to try them. I'll buy different finishes, and I don't mind, because even though they're a cream product, I can set my mind to finish a foundation and I finish it really quickly. I know what I like, and I need to just be better at returning things that they don't work for me, because right now I'm just trying to finish in different foundations. They just don't work for me. So yeah, once again, I need to do that declutter thing and maybe just focus on the one that I do like and buy the new ones just for review purposes and just to see if they're comparable to my Holy Grail one. Now powders, who am I kidding? I don't really set my foundation because I like a luminous finish. So if I'm gonna set it, I'm just gonna do my T-zone. I need to stop buying powders. 5 powders at the most at all times in my collection, and 5, it's really pushing it. It's a lot. I don't use powder that much. So hopefully I can just keep 2, maybe a loose powder, the white ones, and maybe a compact one that I can keep in my purse. But honestly, I don't need that many powders, and I realize that now. I've used up an entire powder in one of my project pans. It was hard for me. I thought that it looked cakey. I thought that I didn't like the finish. And honestly, my Holy Grail one, I can't find it right now because I think I have it upstairs. But it's one from NYC. I'll leave the video where I talk about it in the description box down below. It's amazing. It feels like it's an Estee Lauder kind of product because of how smooth it is and how good it lasts on my skin. I think they only have 2 colors, but if you can find a match for your skin, you need to try that powder. I mean, now finally, eyeshadows. This is one of the things like foundation that I'm okay with keep purchasing eyeshadow palettes. I love palettes, I love individual eyeshadows, I love eyeshadows. This is what inspires me, and I'm talking about palettes. They inspire me to create different looks. I love eye makeup, and I love to come up with different kind of combination. It's what makes makeup fun for me. So if I'm just gonna do one palette, it just becomes boring, it becomes a chore, and I don't like it. I want to have fun with my makeup, so I'm okay in collecting eyeshadow palettes. I don't think they go as bad, you know, they go bad as fast as other products, and I feel like even if they do, I love to have them, I love to collect them. It's one of those things that I accepted that I collect. So this is one of those realizations that I did with this kind of project pans. I'm okay with buying eyeshadow palettes. Now, I've been doing my Pan That Palette challenge, and honestly, I just, I don't think that is something that it will work for me from now on. I'm going to finish it until December. I'll show you all the progress and stuff, but honestly, I haven't been focusing on that eyeshadow palette alone. Not because I don't like it, because I love my IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette, but because I feel like it gets stuck in a color theme that after a month it becomes old. It's been 9 months since I've been using that palette, so I'm kind of bored. I need to have different things, and I will come up with something, a way or some kind of way to just use different eyeshadow palettes in different months or different weeks, or do something. I need to have a system, but as of right now, I don't think I will be doing my Pan That Palette project for next year, just because it doesn't work for I don't know, my taste, my experience, and what I like. So anyways, those are all the things that I've learned about my collection. If you care to leave what you learned from those project pans in different aspects, even lipsticks, blushes, whatever you learned from your makeup collection, or whatever you came to realization that you're okay with buying because you're collecting them, please leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to know what those things are. I think that that's the best way to encourage each other, just to see what things we learn from this kind of projects, because that for me is the main reason why I've been making them. And if you have any kind of project plans going on right now and I don't follow you, leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to follow you. I have a lot of people that I follow, Kayla and Runway Your Life. I don't know, I have a bunch of people that I follow. I do not leave comments as I should because I watch them in my cell and my actual, you know, is it keyboard, whatever that is, has a life of itself. So I usually don't leave comments, or if I listen to the things while I'm doing stuff or while I'm working, so I don't usually leave comments, but I do follow each one that tells me that they have a channel and that they have a project pan. And actually that's what inspires me to keep going with mine. For me, a project pan and a Panda Palette Challenge is completely different. It's something that even though I feel like you can find different ways of using eyeshadow with my Panda Palette Challenge, I don't think I learn as much as when I do project pans. So I'll leave that there. If you're new to my channel, remember to subscribe so you won't miss any new videos. Also, I will leave in the description box all the project pans that I have in my channel will be linked down there. Also, all my social media, you can follow me there if you want to, and you can be notified every time I upload a new video each week. So anyways, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.